That Roy Keane and John O'Shea are fit and both play. Roy Keane's 400th appearance for Manchester United today. On the downside, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer doesn't make it, and Nicky Butt is only fit enough to make the bench. So Phil Neville starts in central midfield against a team, as Paddy mentioned, where he did so well against them last season. Quinton Fortune maintains his place on the left-hand side of midfield, and Ronaldo does start on the right.
Well, I think we spoke through the week, Steve, in the show about Ronaldo playing, and I was saying probably will play because Ashley Cole, everybody knows, is not the best defender in the world. Maybe people might think, well, Ollie would have played if Ollie had been fit. I still think the kid would have played Ronaldo. But it looks a very strong team in the middle of the park. And when I talk about strong, physically strong, I say when you look at Roy and Phil Neville and Quinton Fortune, they all put their foot in. So I think that's a big boost for United that they're all playing there.
Arsene Wenger makes changes after Arsenal's defeat in Europe to Inter Milan in the week. One of them, of course, is enforced after the sad news of the death of the father of Sol Campbell. He doesn't make it, so Martin Keown comes into the defence to partner Kole Touré. The other two are tactical, though. Ray Parlour is preferred to Robert Pires in midfield. That's a surprise team news. And Dennis Bergkamp returns for only the second start of the season. He replaces Sylvain Wiltord up front. Both the Frenchmen are on the bench.
Well, I don't think the back four's improved, Steve. I think the back four can be taken to the cleaners a little bit. Let's hope United do that. But I look at Arsenal, in the middle of the park, very, very strong again. I think they're going for strength more than anything. You look at Parla Vieira and Gilberto, all very, very strong players. It's going to be a real battle in there. I hope we win that, because if we do, we'll win the match.
Well, from all quarters this week, it's been clarified as the most important fixture. Forget the rivalry elsewhere, the statistics show we're once again watching the two most successful sides of the last decade. There's not been a Premiership season when either of them have not finished in the top two, and they've finished together as champions and runners-up in 5 of the last 6 seasons. And we have a titanic battle on our hand so early into this season.
Well, who's to say it's going to be any different at the end of this season? Who wins the trophies? These two teams will not be very far away, Steve, that's for sure.
Giggs, who scored that vital equaliser at Highbury in April, tried to set in Van Nistelrooy. It was the first touch for Kole Touré. Bergkamp restored to the Arsenal lineup tonight. Strong challenge from Silvestre. O'Shea, and he's caught by Bergkamp.
He'll get booked for that, and he should get booked. That's a late challenge by Dennis Bergkamp. He's a very fortunate man.
There's going to be a few of those today, as always. Our referee is Steve Bennett from Kent, the man who sent Francis Jeffers off in the Community Shield between these two. That's comfortable. An early touch for the Arsenal goalkeeper, who's under pressure today.
Well, I think, Steve, they'll try and keep this back four together.
With this man O'Shea back at left back. And Gary Neville here at right back. Ronaldo. Giggs gave him the option. He was clattered from behind, surely there by Touré.
Oh, I don't believe you've let him away with that, referee. He made no attempt to throw the ball to him. He's not only tackled him, but he's pushed him as well.
Ryan Giggs cannot believe that.
Yeah, I think there's no question here. It's a push more than anything else. I think it's like a sparring match at the moment. Just wait to see who's about to explode.
Well, this man might be. Oh, dear me. Gilberto nowhere near him there.
Well, he's nowhere near him because the kid totally bamboozled him, that's why. I mean, this is the great bit of skill, listen. Gilberto, he's trying to pull his leg away, but just the skill that beat him. Well, maybe Steve, so early on in the game they should throw one into the box and see what the goalkeeper's made of.
Giggs is behind it. Fortune, O'Shea, both in that penalty area as well. Right the way through!
Hit the post.
Would you believe that?
It's hit the post. One of those difficult balls for goalkeepers sometimes. You think sometimes goalkeepers take their eye off the ball there. He does. And he's very lucky. This hits the post. Oh, that could easily have gone in. Well, we just said if you throw one into the box and see what the goalkeeper's made of. He was found wanting there.
Berto. Foul there by Henry, no. Great challenge, Phil Neville.
Well done, Phil Neville again.
That's in towards Van Nistelrooy, headed away by Keown. Just a few signs that this game is beginning to liven up at last. It certainly has now.
Get up, man, it wasn't that bad. There's a bit of play act if you've ever seen it, Steve.
And Steve Bennett could have booked Roy Keane.
Well, they could have booked 3 or 4 players for the same type of challenge, but the full-back makes it look as if he's been shot.
Long conversation going on.
Yeah, maybe Roy's remarking about other tackles, but he made it look good, the full-back. Watch the full-back here, Steve, when he's touched. Watch him. Yeah, watch this, watch the rolling, watch the roll. Look, oh, here I go. 2 or 3 rolls.
Lauren is still getting treatment.
Nothing wrong with him, Steve.
Arsene Wenger's showing his anger at the challenge. And at the end of all that, we've had our first yellow card, and Arsenal have a free kick, which Keown takes, and it's not a great deal of surprise that Lauren's immediately back on and running.
That's a foul, referee.
Just about to say that, but Van Nistelrooy did brilliantly and carried on. And he's found Ronaldo. This time he's only got one man, and Vieira's immediately gone over to help Ashley Cole.
He's just put it wide.
And he's got the corner.
Yeah, it's almost to take the deflection. It just shows every time Ronaldo gets the ball down that right-hand side against Cole.
Vieira's
There's
across.
people supporting him. Straight away they're supporting him. Let's hope we can test the goalkeeper again here, Steve.
Well, Ronaldo is going to take it. Whipped in towards O'Shea. Lehman got 2 hands on that. Back in from Gary Neville. And he's still not sure, the goalkeeper. He's going to be careful to keep that in his area too. Thankfully that man's been fairly quiet so far, Pat.
And it's a nice runner for Compton. He won't fancy that, Keown. Oh, that's a free kick. He was always like Keown. He was always going to be last.
Another yellow card. That's both the central defenders in the book now.
Yeah, but he was always going to be last there, Keown. He was never making it. Well, he turns around and he protests the referee. You sometimes wonder why they protest to the referee, because there's no danger it's a free kick.
Because they know they're guilty and they're trying to get away with the yellow card. Now then.
Well, it's Ronaldo again. He's going to whip this in, Steve. Let's hope somebody can get a touch on it. I think there should be somebody past the back post. There's nobody at the back post at all.
Ferdinand Sylvester and O'Shea all joining Keane, and Giggs in there. Right across the face of goal. Arsenal didn't know too much about that, and United now have got to be careful about the counter-attack. Thierry Henry, Ray Parlour one way, Freddie Ljungberg the other. United scampering back here. Ljungberg's ball into the penalty area, and it's Ronaldo of all people who's back there to concede the corner.
Why is he giving the corner? I'm surprised he's giving the corner. All he's got to do is get his right foot and hoof it up the park. He says it's played into the box. It's Ronaldo's ball. He's not put under any pressure. What am I doing? He knows the guy's there.
Inexperience.
Yeah, surprised.
Just a little bit of inexperience.
Well, it's right foot and you hoof it up the pitch. Stupid little things like that, Steve, can cause disasters.
Keown and Toure forward at the other end of the field now. Push from Toure on O'Shea.
Yeah, right in front of the referee. I've got to take you this time.
Well, the Arsenal skipper joins Toure, Keown and Keane in the referee's notebook.
They're going to make a change as well, Steve. I see Wiltord being called into the action.
There's also a man down, which is Bergkamp, which I think why Wiltord is coming on. Vieira's still shaking his head about the booking. He's complaining about it, and Steve Bennett is just confirming that he's shown a yellow card. I like doing that, referee, sometimes, don't they?
Well, 2 yellow cards in the space of 50 yards, you get sent off for it.
Bergkamp is back on his feet, but I don't think he's going to be back in the game for long. Wiltord is almost ready to come on. Meanwhile, United have this free kick. It's gone to Ronaldo. Headed away by Martin Keough. Phil Neville. Keane free on the right-hand side. Three wait for the cross. Still Keane. Still Keane. Couldn't find the red shirt at the end of it. And Vieira clears only as far as Phil Neville. Oh, he's lashed out there, Vieira.
He's off. He's off.
Lashed out at Van Nistelrooy, right in front of Steve Bennett. 2 yellow cards inside 2 minutes for the Arsenal captain, and he is sent off for the 10th time in his Arsenal career.
Oh, he's just banged. He's just hit Ryan Giggs. He's just hit Ryan Giggs, Brian Vieira. He's just ran over and whacked Ryan Giggs in the back of the head.
And Jens Lehmann's got to be careful as well. Let's have a look.
Well, he's no intention of playing the ball, really. He just goes up. There's nothing in it. Dear me.
He didn't make any contact, you know.
No, but it doesn't matter. The intention's there. It's not the contact. The contact doesn't matter. You want him to break his leg first and then send him off. Just a little bit of pettiness by Patrick Vieira. Silly. Well, I think Patrick Vieira is very lucky as well, Steve, because if you see the replay, he's going to go at Ryan Giggs after he gets sent off. And he's walked him at 10 or 15 yards to do it as well.
Another sending off.
Well, he'll be more annoyed with Patrick Vieira than anything else.
Bergkamp has gone off, and it's not Wiltord who's coming on now. It's Edu instead. Vieira's down the tunnel. Van Nistelrooy was the man at the centre of it. Bergkamp's off. And United will play the final 8.5 minutes.
Well, why is
Arsene Wenger's 10 men.
Why is he booking Ruud? Why is he booking Ruud, tell me?
Well, you can see that now. I don't know.
Neither do I.
Well, now that Steve Bennett is running over to the fourth official.
Yeah, he's going to speak about someone or something.
Just confirming the substitution, I think, in all that. Giggs wins it back. And he's done well to get away from Gilberto. Now Forlan. Van Nistelrooy. Arsenal, every man back behind the ball. In from Gary Neville. Oh, that was a good ball.
He's been pushed. Martin Keough was pushing him from the minute the ball was crossed. There's no question about it being a penalty. Martin Keough, the minute the ball's crossed, he's pushing the hell on Diego.
Well, what drama a minute into stoppage time. Keown is the offender.
Well, you'll see this. Keown's pushing him straight from the off. He's pushing him. There's no question about it. Pushing him all the way. That's a great ball in from Gary Neville as well. And it's one of those that there's a possibility Diego Forlan could get in the end of it, but he makes sure he doesn't, Keown. Is it a very quiet game, Ruud? Can he make it a very loud one?
Haaland's just about back on his feet. The Arsenal players still protesting. A game that has had little life in. The referee has now played a large part in sending off the Arsenal captain and awarding a penalty to Manchester United. Ruud van Nistelrooy, who has had his last 2 penalties saved, the first of which was saved by this man at Cardiff, Jens Lehmann.
Well, he's trying to get him. He's trying to G him up a little bit, Ruud, because he's been outside in the 18-yard line for ages. The goalkeeper protesting. I think he's a type of goalkeeper, Steve, you've got to blast it. He's a big fella, Lehmann, and if you put it in one corner and he guesses the right way, he'll get a touch to it.
Well, Jens Lehmann saved a penalty kick from Ruud van Nistelrooy only as recently as August in the penalty shootout. He can't bear to watch. He knows what it's back with fortune. And now Keane, headed away by Thierry Henry. Keane once again. Van Nistelrooy. It's all over. Arsenal jump round Ruud van Nistelrooy, which is a little naughty, and there's going to be a few afters here. Ronaldo's getting involved as well. And it was Martin Keown antagonising Ruud van Nistelrooy at the full-time whistle. Keown, of course, the man who was involved and charged with the FA in this fixture last year with Van Nistelrooy, who gave away the penalty, and it's an ugly end to what has been an untidy game. Arsenal will be the happier team with the point. They saw their captain Patrick Vieira sent off. They then saw Ruud van Nistelrooy crash a penalty against the crossbar in stoppage time, which would have given United the 3 points. But it's 0-0, and you can see what it means to Arsenal so early into the season. It's another draw between Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger. Tempers frayed, adrenaline high, 0-0 at Old Trafford.